Okie dokie. So when you're ready, come down to your mat and take a little movement as usual. Just going to keep an eye on the room in case anyone else joins. Start to feel into your body and start to notice if there's any aches and pains anywhere, if there's any areas of tension. Hi, if you're just joining in. And then when you feel like you have moved around enough, you can come to stillness, sitting nice and tall in Sukhasana, or if that isn't available to you, you can sit in any seated position that you feel comfortable in. Rest your hands either palms down if you want to feel grounded, palms up if you want to accept new energy, or you can even put your finger and thumb into Chin Mudra and just take a big breath in when you're ready. Hold for a moment at the top and then release through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. In when you're ready. Hold at the top and release. For the final time. And hold and release. And then you can allow your eyes to softly close, or you can soften your gaze for a moment and start to breathe in and out through your nose. Keep the back nice and tall, but just allow those shoulders to start to relax. And start to relax the muscles in your face as well. Just taking this moment to ground yourself into your practice, to maybe set an intention for your practice, and just to really notice how your body's feeling as you sit cross-legged. Maybe there's some aches and pains in the legs, maybe you feel a little stiff. And then you can gently turn your attention to your mind and start to release the thoughts and the plans and the to-do lists. Start to bring some calm to the mind. Allowing yourself the next half an hour just to focus on you. And then gently turn your attention to your breath and just take a moment to notice if your breath is a little shallow or if you're breathing nice and deeply. Sometimes if we're a little stressed, it tends to be more shallow, so you can adjust the breath as necessary. And we'll do a cleansing breath to begin with tonight. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to inhale for a count of 4, but to exhale for a count of 6. So take a normal breath in and release. And then when you're ready, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And in 4, 3, 2, 1. Out 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can return to normal breath when you're ready. And then start to blink your eyes open. And you can take a little movement and just breathe normally. And come to a nice tall seated position. Just rest your hands on your knees. When you're ready, take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your chin down to your chest, just feeling the stretch on the back of your neck. We're going to inhale and come back to the center. And then as you exhale, you can drop your head back. It doesn't have to go back very far. Inhale to return. As you exhale, we're going to turn and look over your right shoulder. So just a gentle twist in the neck and the back. Inhale slowly back when you're ready. And then exhale over to the other side. Inhale to come back. And then as you exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And if you want to, you can rest your right hand on the left side of your head. We're not pulling the head, we're just adding a little weight so you can feel a gentle stretch on the left side of your neck. Keep breathing. And then inhale, when you're ready, come back up. And then exhale over to the other side, same thing. Place your left hand on the right side of your head if you wish. Keep breathing. Inhale to come slowly back. And take a roll of your shoulders, but make it a nice exaggerated roll. So we're bringing them all the way up to the ears, dropping them all the way back down the spine. And then rotate in the opposite direction as well. And then come to stillness. When you're ready, inhale, raise up your right arm, stretch to the ceiling. And then exhale to bring the hand down the spine. Bring the other hand around the back and see if you can get the fingers to clasp together or to point in the general direction of one another. Whenever you've reached your maximum stretch, whatever that looks like, make sure you sit nice and tall so we're not sacrificing our posture trying to get our arms to meet. And just take some big deep breaths there as we start to really open up those shoulders. And then you can gently release your hands one at a time, maybe take another roll of the shoulders if you wish. And then bring the hands to the sides, take a big breath in, this time raise up the left arm, stretch nice and tall. Exhale to bring it down the spine, bring the other hand round again, see if the fingers can meet or just point towards each other. Or you can get a towel or a belt and grab each hand to help work the flexibility of the arms. Keep breathing. And then gently release one hand, followed by the other. And again, a little roll of those shoulders, take a little movement. Then we'll move down into the hips, so start to do those hip rolls. You can move as shallow or as deep as you want to, just listen to the body at all times. Don't overstretch or strain, we're still warming up. Then you can change direction. And then come back to stillness when you're ready. Bring the hands to the sides of the body. Take a big breath in. Bring those arms up. We're just going to bring the hands parallel and really reach to the ceiling, stretching out your spine. Exhale to come back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale to come all the way back up and stretch. Exhale to come back down. One final time. And stretch. And slowly exhale back down. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the legs over to the side and we're going to come up into our tabletop. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet on the floor. And if you wish, you can take a little movement to begin with, just feeling into those hips. And then we'll come to stillness and move through our cat-cow just to check out the spine. So when you're ready, as you inhale, lower the belly, raise the tail, look up at the ceiling. And then exhale to round the back, bring your chin to the chest and look towards your navel. Inhale when you're ready and come back through. And then exhale back into your cat. And keep that flow going, following your breathing rhythm. And almost moving one vertebrae at a time. Noticing if there's any tension held anywhere along the spine, maybe even down around the shoulders. Noticing how the belly feels as well. And then we're going to come back to stillness when you're ready. We're going to start to tuck your toes under, take a big breath in and come up into your downward facing dog. So arms and legs are nice and straight, head is low, pointing at the knees. And we're just breathing normally here. And as always, as it's the first down dog of the evening, if you wanted to pedal the knees a little bit, you can just lower those hips down, or you can stay in a static pose, whatever works for you is absolutely fine. And then when you're ready, take a big breath in and raise up the right leg. It could come up a bit, it could come up a lot, or you could even bend the knee and send the leg over the left side of the body. So do whatever feels good for you, keep breathing. And then whatever position you're in, bend the knee and bring it underneath the body, stepping the right foot up to the right hand, lowering your left knee, breathing out. And then we're going to inhale, bring those arms up, stretch to the ceiling. Exhale, come back down to your mat. We're going to inhale, raise your right arm, twist to look up at the right hand. Exhale slowly down. And then when you're ready to inhale, step that right foot back again and come into your downward dog. Chest pointing at the thighs, heels starting to lower a little bit closer to the mat. Normal breaths. And then as you inhale this time, we'll raise the left leg. It could be a little, it could be a lot, or you could bend the knee and send it over to the right side of the body. If you're doing that, see if you can lower the right heel down a little bit. Breathe in. And then wherever you are, bend the knee and bring it under the body. Step the left foot to the left hand. Lower that right knee down. Exhale. And then inhale, scoot your arms up, stretch to the ceiling. Exhale, slowly down. And then inhale to raise your left arm, twist to look up. Exhale down. And then we're going to inhale, step the left foot back again, coming into your downward dog. And if you want to, you can create a bit more space in the spine by sending the arms a little bit further out, a little bit of length in the spine. And then we're going to gently bring the knees to the floor, bring the hands back under the shoulders, bring the big toes together, bring the knees wide, send the bottom back and send the hands up the mat, lowering your forehead. And just taking a few breaths here in our extended child's pose, stretching out the spine, keeping those shoulders active and waking up those hips a little bit more. And then as you inhale, slowly start to walk the hands back into the body, bring the knees more central and come back up into your tabletop. Start to tuck your toes under, take a big breath in and send the bottom up again, come back into your downward dog. This time, as you inhale, we're going to step both feet forward towards the hands, and we're going to exhale just to relax into our forward fold or ragdoll position. You can have a bend in the knees and you can let everything flop down towards the earth. And as always, it's a good posture just to let go of your week so far, let everything float away. And then as you inhale, bring the arms out to your sides. So come up, bring your hands in prayer overhead. And then exhale, slowly, hands down to your heart. And you can just take a moment. We're going to move into our warrior two flow, just to work the arms and legs a little bit. So we're going to bring the legs nice and wide. And just check that your heels are in line. If not, make the necessary adjustments. And then you can turn the toes of your right foot out, so your feet are now at right angles. As you breathe in, start to cartwheel the arms up and overhead, bringing them to shoulder height, and then look at the fingers on your right hand. Take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to bend that right knee over the front foot. Back into warrior two, and just breathe normally here. Just check in that your back arm is high, we haven't dropped that down, and that your back foot is pressing into the mat just as strongly as that front foot. So we're nice and strong like a warrior. As you inhale, we'll drop the right hand, your left hand down, bring the right hand up. Twist the palm to look, so you can look up at the palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, bring the right elbow down to the thigh, and the left hand up behind you and twist to look up. As you inhale, come back to warrior two. Check your positioning, keep breathing. And then we're going to straighten the front leg, take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to go into triangle. So you can bring your hand down to your calf, to your ankle, to the floor, and then just twist to look up at your left hand. Keep breathing. Inhale when you're ready, come back to shoulder height. Exhale to bring the hands down, turn those toes in, but keep your legs nice and wide. Just take a movement and take a breath. And then we'll do the same thing on your other side. So when you're ready this time, turn the toes of the left foot out. Big breath in, swing those arms up and over to shoulder height, and look this time at the fingers on your left hand. Big breath when you're ready. And as you exhale, bend the left knee over the left foot. And again, make sure both arms, both legs are working nice and hard here. The knees just over the foot. It's not too far forward, it's not too far back. As you inhale, we'll drop the right hand down. We'll bring the left hand up, palm twists towards us, reverse warrior. Exhale, left elbow down, right hand comes up, twist. And then inhale when you're ready, come back, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale into Trikonasana once again. Look up at your right hand. Inhale back to shoulder height. Exhale down. Turn those toes in, but again, keep the leg wide. Just take a breath. And then this time, we're going to turn the toes slightly out as if they're pointing to the corners of your mat. And we're going to do our strong goddess pose. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, bring the arms up, bring the hands parallel overhead, stretch nice and tall. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend the knees over the feet and bring the arms down into our cactus arms, strong goddess. Just check the knees are over the feet, they're not sort of falling inwards. We're holding here. And then as we inhale, we'll stretch and straighten, really reach up, stretch that spine. Exhale into your goddess. And hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up. Exhale down. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do one more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time we're going to inhale, we're going to stretch and straighten. And then as we exhale, we're going to fold from the waist, forward fold. We're going to soften the knees a little bit. Coming into that wide leg forward fold. You can just let the hands drop down, or you can hold opposite elbows, whatever works for you. But as always, just let the head and the neck go. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And again, great posture just to release. And then as you inhale, we're going to gently unpeel nice and slowly so we don't get any head rushes all the way up, rolling the shoulders back, turning those toes forward, and then you can heel toe back to hip width apart. And we're going to go back down onto your mat now. So when you're ready, inhale, bring those arms up. If you want to at this point, you could just slight back bend. If not, just stretch to the ceiling. We're going to exhale, come down into your forward fold. Maybe the legs are a little straighter this time. Inhale to your halfway lift, head looks forward, back is straight. Exhale to fold. Hands to the mat. As you inhale, step back to your downward dog again. See if those heels will tease a little closer this time. And then very slowly start to bring those knees gently down to your mat. And we'll do our pigeon pose to work those big muscles in your legs and your glutes. So when you're ready, bring your right knee up to your right hand. Send your right foot in front of your left knee. It might involve sliding the left leg back a little bit. And then you can slide the leg back a little more. This time, lift the chin and the chest. We're into swan pose. Take a breath here. And then when you're ready, you can exhale either down onto your forearms. That might be enough for you. Or you can stretch your arms out long, bringing your forehead all the way down to your mat into the full pigeon pose. And you can breathe here, feeling the stretch down the thigh, maybe across the glute. And then nice and slowly, we're going to walk the hands back in towards the body and then gently start to release that leg coming back into tabletop. Take a breath and just notice how the right side feels compared to your left. And then when you're ready, bring the left knee up to the left hand, send the left foot in front of that right knee. When you're ready, slide the right leg back further, lift the chin and the chest. Take a breath here into swan pose, into the throat, into the heart chakra. And then as you exhale, come back down onto your forearms and stretch the arms out, bringing your forehead down and breathe. And nice and slowly, when you're ready, you can start to walk the hands back in once again. Gently start to release that knee, coming into your tabletop, just assessing how everything feels. And then we're going to gently lower ourselves down to do some work on our lower back with our Bhujangasana. So we're going to rest the forehead. We're going to bring the hands, palms down under the shoulders. And we'll all start with mini cobra. So bring your heels together. Exhale. And when you're ready, we're going to inhale. We're going to lift the chin and the chest, making sure we're not using the hands. It's all coming from that lower spine. You can look up to the space between the eyebrows. And then we're going to exhale, lower the head. Keep breathing. And if that was enough of a stretch on the spine, you can stay in mini cobra, keeping the feet together. If you want to do the full position, you can bring the feet no more than hip width apart. Exhale. And then when you're ready to inhale, lift. You can straighten the arms, lift the thighs. And for more compression on the lower spine, you can drop the head back. So just do whatever works for you and hold. And as you exhale, we're going to keep the elbows nice and close to the body. And we're going to gently lower down for head rests. Take a breath. One more to go. So exhale when you're ready, feet into position. And then for the final time, inhale to lift. If you're in mini cobra, see if you can lift a tiny bit higher. Or wherever you are, see if you can hold for a moment longer, but do listen to the body at all times. This is a good one for our lower spine and for the abs. And then nice and slowly, we're going to lower all the way down for head rests. Take a breath. And then slowly begin to push yourself up. We're going to go back into child's pose. So we're going to send the bottom back. We're going to bring the hands down by the feet, bring the forehead to rest. Really important to do a pose like this after those strong back bends. And then slowly start to raise up. Come to sit on your bottom, and we're going to gently go down now onto our back. So come down to lie on your back with your knees bent, feet on the floor. And we're going to do a slightly different twist to the normal one. When you're ready, we're going to bring the right knee over the left. It's a little bit like you're just crossing your legs at your desk. So the knees are almost on top of each other. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, we're going to send the knees to the right, head to the left. You can bring the arms out a little bit away from the body. This just puts a little bit more pressure on the spine. If that's not comfortable, you can do your normal Supta Vrksasana and uncross the legs. But otherwise, we're just going to breathe into this position. So we're not moving around, just holding the position, but not our breath. As you inhale, you can bring both legs back to the center. Uncross your leg, take a moment. And then when you're ready this time, cross the left knee over the right. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, send the knees to the left, head to the right. And again, just breathe here. Feeling that twist a little bit deeper maybe than normal. Just noticing the effect it has on the body, on the back. And then inhale, slowly come back to the center, bring the feet to the floor, knees together. Bring the hands to the sides of the body, palms down, and walk the feet into the bottom. We're going to do our bridge. If you want to work the hamstrings a little, which we don't tend to do in yoga very often, you can actually walk the feet away from the bottom. It's completely up to you which one you do. When you're ready, big breath in, raise at the bottom, try and create a nice straight line from the knees all the way down to the neck, and hold the breath here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to slowly release. Inhale to come back up and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale down. We'll do one more. Inhale up. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to slowly release. Send the legs out long. Let the toes point to the ceiling. And we'll do Yastakasana, our stick pose, to give everything a big stretch like we're on a rack. When you're ready, as you start to inhale, start to point the toes, bring the hands up and over, and really stretch from your fingers to your toes, holding the breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bring the hands back down, toes to the ceiling. Inhale, come back up and over, point the toes and stretch. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to return. One more time. Inhale, up and over. And hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to slowly return. You can bend the knees and bring those knees in for a cuddle into the chest. And then just take the knees slightly apart and take hold of the knees with each hand and just draw some circles on your mat, really feeling the spine against your mat. And then maybe take it in the opposite direction. If you want to, you can bring your elbows to the inner side of your knees, grab your feet either on the outer edges, or you can even grab your big toe, and you can do baby pose. You can send the legs out long, and then you can rock from side to side, happy baby. And then bring them back in for a little cuddle. And from here, we're going to go into Shavasana. So if you have any tenderness in the spine, bring the feet wide, let the knees knock together, and rest the hands away from the body. If you're feeling good, send the legs out long, let the feet flop to the sides, and again, bring the hands a little bit away from the body so those shoulders can sink down. And shuffle your hips down so that your back can sink into the mat as well. And take a little moment to get nice and comfortable. And when you're ready, you can allow your eyes to gently close. And start to breathe in and out through your nose. Just release your shoulders. Release the hands and the feet. And soften the jaw, soften the forehead. And make sure your eyes are only gently closed. And just notice how you're feeling. Letting go of those thoughts again, letting them drift away. So each one of your toes is now relaxed. The tops of your feet and the soles of your feet are relaxed. The heels and the ankles are relaxed. The lower legs, the knees, and the upper legs are relaxed. Both of your legs are now relaxed. Your hips and pelvis are relaxed. And your spine is relaxed, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your stomach is relaxed. Your ribs are relaxed. Your chest and your collarbone are relaxed. The whole of your abdomen is relaxed. Each of your fingers are relaxed. The palms of your hands and the tops of your hands are relaxed. The wrists and the lower arms are relaxed. Your elbows and your upper arms are relaxed. Both of your arms are completely relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your neck and jaw are relaxed. And all of the muscles in your face are relaxed. Your forehead and the crown of your head is now relaxed. So you're completely relaxed into your mat. Continue to let go of those thoughts for the next minute and enjoy your Shavasana. As always, you are welcome to stay where you are and enjoy a longer relaxation. But if you wish to return, keeping your eyes closed, you can gently move onto your side, use your arm as a pillow, and take some big, deep breaths. And again, with your eyes still closed in your own time, you can gently start to push yourself up into a seated pose. And whenever you're there, sit nice and tall. Bring your hands to prayer at the heart. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, bring your chin to your chest and start to blink your eyes open, slowly letting the light back in. And then when you're ready, you can return to center. Namaste. Thank you, as always, for joining me. Hope that was all right. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. See you later.